Three, two, one. Hi, everybody. This is Angelique Tsang from Let Love Come to You, and I'm here with Sarupa Shah, the soul agent, and she is going to be our guest on Tuesday, the 2nd of July, 9 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. European time, and I believe that is 4 p.m. EST time. And Sarupa is an author, a blogger, and a coach, a business and executive coach who teaches people about how to use universal principles and business principles to create the business and the life that you want. And I invited her because for the Love Your Work series, we actually want to look into how we can use universal principles to help you build the businesses that you want. And so Sarupa has actually written a book that we're going to discuss, and we're going to actually hone in on the topic of your relationship with money and how you can use affirmations and how you can use business principles and universal principles. So Sarupa, please, maybe if I have forgotten a little bit about your background, maybe refresh our memory and also talk about your book and what people can expect during our interview.
Hi, Angelique. It was a great introduction, actually. So you kind of covered what I do. I'm an intuitive business coach. My first passion was always about spirituality and the alternative world, and then I kind of married the two with business because it was how ultimately we all want to live.
Yeah.
We don't want to just all be in meditation and enjoy these experiences. We wanted to kind of ground it. So I work very much on the principle of the inner journey being what causes a change in our life, and it causes a change in our world, because if we change, it has an impact that ripples out beyond what we could ever imagine or understand. But I kind of really, I remember before I became an entrepreneur, I was stuck in jobs that I hated. I mean, really, it was soul destroying, but I just couldn't get out of it. I was stuck, and I would change jobs and do all these things, and it just made me learn more. It's about that inner journey. When I made peace inside of me with my choices and what I was doing, suddenly everything changed. And that's part of how I teach with the entrepreneurs that I work with and people that are stepping from, say, employment, being in a job to having their own business. It's about the inner journey. So tools that for me, the magic wand is affirmations, which is why I wrote this book originally in 2008. I think it was 2008. Updated it, and obviously since then technology's changed, so I've got it out on Kindle. But it's really to show people that we actually do create our own reality. I know a lot of people academically believe that, but I want to share on Tuesday more about really how you can do that. And we're not stuck, we're not victims of the economy or the environment or our upbringing. It's up to each of us. We've got the power and the responsibility and the gift and the magic of changing it. So I want to inspire on Tuesday.
And let's talk about people that feel that they are they're not spiritual. They are, let's say, bankers or lawyers or scientists, but they hate their job, and they actually, really are looking for a way to can I really trust this? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, I would say I'm the most unspiritual spiritual person you'll ever meet.
Okay,
so,
that's good.
So it's how we judge. People judge spirituality and think it's woo-woo.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, even if, and the bankers will know this, if they're doing big deals, you're visualizing success. You're not going to think about failure. Sports
People do it.
Anyone in business. So just because you haven't named it as affirmations, we might call it positive thinking. What are words? It's actually about the mindset. This is all about that inner mindset. And I know that my thing is when I feel chaotic about decisions and things that I'm doing, my car becomes a mess. So your life is reflected on the outside. My eating patterns will change. So all these things we know when we're under stress or things aren't going right. So I would say to anyone, I'm not going to come and make you all say Om and meditate, and you might want to, which would be
and
wonderful.
not do anything, just sit there in a chair and visualize.
Yeah. And I don't believe in osmosis at all. I think ultimately maybe in the future human beings will be able to do things by osmosis. I'm very much about the action, and we all have to act. if we want to change something. And if we're feeling down and we're just repeating patterns and repeating stuff going on, so
blaming.
Yeah, blaming, or
Yeah.
just finding we're having the same awkward conversations in our job and the same arguments with people. That's not to say it's our fault. It's not about blame, even to ourselves, but it's about understanding what within us we need to shift to break out of these patterns. So I would say, look, be open-minded. This is not about trying to convince you that angels exist and there's an afterlife and aliens or anything like that. This is really about how you can live powerfully and in a way where you get to write your story how you want it to be.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit about money? Because there's so much, happening around money and the stress around it. A lot of people are almost so extremely focused on money. It's almost like they would sell their soul for money, thinking that money leads to freedom. What can you say about that as a spiritual, intuitive business coach that is actually helping people to heal their relationship with money?
Yeah, money is a big area for me. I've been teaching about this probably quite 2011 I first started creating money programs. So this is where I get a little bit woo-woo. For me, everything is spiritual. That's why I don't define certain acts or closet myself in a certain way. Everything is just has a basis of energy. So money is an energy, and it does create freedom. It's an energy of love. It makes us feel good when we've got it. We have that intimacy with it. There's a lot of stuff, but it is about our relationship, because when we're at the moment, there's a lot of fear around it. Fear of losing jobs, fear of not having enough. The media are telling us that there isn't enough money. The governments are telling us. So we're all acting from this place of fear, which means that we're making decisions based on fear and lack. And ultimately, we need to just change that. And again, it's inside us that we need to change that and return to a place of abundance, because we're here to experience abundance and greatness and happiness and joy. And if money is a thing that you want to experience, then it's possible. It's all within power. We're sort of trained to believe it's about how the economy works. It's about having a job and doing these things. Actually, it's about loving what you do and loving yourself while you're doing it. So I will talk about that, and I think the affirmations that I will share and talk about and talk about the book, it kind of is about saying, well, you create your own life, you create your own money, you create your own health, wealth, everything.
Well, I think that it would be very interesting if you could listen in live. If you can't listen in live, you can sign up for the replays. The replays are up for 72 hours. And if you can listen in live, you can actually even call in and ask Sarupa questions, and we'll try to get you online and talk to her. And I definitely will ask some very grounded questions, because although I'm very spiritual, I'm also a very grounded person, having, been in corporate life and run my own businesses myself and work with, a lot of entrepreneurs who make tough decisions about leadership, who make tough decisions about whether to cut certain investments or not. So for you, who is maybe thinking about how can I use spirituality, or how can I use a weird book about affirmations to actually improve my work life, to maybe attract more money or a better job, or the dream job or the dream business into my life, I would definitely tune in. Thank you so much, Sarupa, and I really look forward to Tuesday. Thank you.
Can't wait.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.